Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Afi and I'm back again with another video. Today's video is going to be about letting go and letting God, and I feel like maybe I've done this video before. I don't know, because I feel like I've said that statement so many times, but this is sort of like a follow-up from the last video that I posted. Yeah, so I hope you enjoy. This wow. So in my house, in my area right now, there's constructions happening, and yeah, you may just hear a few sounds throughout this video. But anyway, we'll see how that goes. So letting go and letting God, and how hard that is. I think it's something, it's something that I have been saying since like March. That has been my mantra, that has been my motto, that has been my favorite statement to say, that has been my favorite statement to journal. Literally, like all the time, every single week, I'm gonna have a time when I say, yeah, I'm just letting go and letting God, and I'm so grateful for letting go and letting God. Or I'll be like, oh God, please help me to let go and let God, like, because that's such a big thing. It's one of the things that when you think about it, it's like when you're letting go and you're letting God, like, do you then have to give up on all the things that you dream about, for all the things that you wish you had? Do you have to give up on everything that you wish you could do and stuff like that? But I think something that's very important to remember is that letting go and letting God is not really about you like giving up on your gifts. Giving up on your dreams and your wishes and your aspirations, as much as it is about like connecting with God and making sure that your dreams and aspirations align with what God wants for your life. And I think sometimes when we want something so badly, we get entitled, and we're like, I'm entitled to this, and I feel like I want it because I prayed about it, and so because I prayed about it, then I'm going to get it. But then something that I'm actually learning how to do better is to actually just pray that God is in the middle of the situation, more than praying for any like results or outcomes. And there's a song called Situation by Jonathan McReynolds, and that song literally like is sort of like the inspiration for this video. And I was thinking about doing like a song inspiration about that particular song, because the song actually just says, I'm not praying for an outcome, I'm not asking for an outcome or praying for results, I'm not hoping that you'll do it or asking that you don't, I'm inviting you to the situation. And so that's something that I've been trying to do for the past couple of weeks, days, months, past couple of part of my life. I don't know. But yeah, it's been like a, a time when I have been basically just like praying a lot and being like, God, just be in this situation. Like anytime that I'm doing a condition, or that I am praying, or I am, just doing stuff for devotion and stuff like that. Like if I'm praying about something, if I really want something to happen, or if I just, I pray for God to be in the situation and not for Him to do something, because I feel like sometimes it's like we think we know what is supposed to happen, but we actually don't. We just want what we want. And we're human beings, so we're flawed. And sometimes the things that we want are not perfect, and they are not for the good of the world, even because I feel like we're put in this world in order to exist for like the entire universe. Like we're here to be in like an ecosystem, and we're supposed to just, that's a lot of stuff that I got from philosophy. But anyway, yeah, so we're put in this world to sort of like do things for good. And so sometimes like we're praying for stuff, but it's so like selfish, and it's not for the good of everyone, and it's not for the good of anyone except yourself. And you think even that it's for your good, but sometimes it's not even for your good. It's just something that you think would be good, because that's another thing. Expectations, like you expect that this thing is going to take you to a better place, you expect that this thing is going to make you a better person, you expect that this thing is going to make you happier. But sometimes it doesn't really make you happier, and it will not make you happier. And I feel like when you pray for God to be in the situation, then you pray for Him to take control of the situation and for Him to do good, because God is our Father, God is our parent. And by the fact that He's our parent, that means He always wants what's best for us. And because He wants what's best for us, then God is not going to do things, or like His purpose for you will not be something that is going to harm you. Like the purpose that God has for you will never be for your danger or anyone else's danger. I think it will always be for your good. And that's something that I'm having to like remind myself, remember all the time. Like I just have to say it all the time. Like, yes, just let go and let God. And it's hard sometimes. It's really, really hard because I think when we live in this world and people expect you to make a decision on your feet, like someone calls you and asks you, can you do this? And you're supposed to make a decision at that moment. And I'm like, bro, I have to first pray. Like, I can't give you this. I can't give you this answer until I pray. Like, come on, like I don't know if this is where my life is supposed to go. I don't know if this is going to be taking on too much, because sometimes you take on so much responsibility, and it's like, are you really supposed to be taking on all this responsibility? Like, is this supposed to be how your life is supposed to be? And sometimes it's like you take on things that are not even for you. And I think for me that has been the biggest thing, like just trying to figure out and pray and just listen to God's voice, telling me like if this situation is something that I'm supposed to be in. But then I think sometimes, like when we're so busy and when we're like drowning in things, we're not open enough to hear God's voice. But that's something that like I'm like, there was a time when I felt very, very connected to God, and I think there was another time that I was not connected to God at all. Then there's a time when I'm like in the middle. Sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. But then there's also times when I'm like, God, I really, really need like direction, and I have to pray, and I have to. And you see, that's the importance of just like being in the Word every single day, praying every day. The reason why I journal every day as well. The reason why I feel like it's so important to have communication with God every single day is so that He can guide every single decision that I make. And I was reading this thing about prayer one time, and it was a speech by Reverend Sang Myung Moon, and he talks about how when you pray, like you need to pray with conviction, but you also need to pray like it's already happened. Like you need to pray like you're already doing it, and like it's already done, and like heaven is just gonna come and help you do it, but essentially you're doing the work. And that was so big, because I was thinking, wow, it's so nice to be in a place where like the things that you're praying for, the outcome. Because like for me, I feel like there's so many times that I'm 100% confused, because there's so much that needs to be done in life, and like there's so many responsibilities. Because I think about the fact that like I'm in university. First of all, I am a full-time student. I'm going to just say that I'm in my third year, and that in itself is so much work. Like I can't explain how much work I have had to do this semester. Like I feel like I'm doing work every single day, all the time, like literally very, very busy in that. But then more than just being a third year student, I have other responsibilities, and it's like stuff that's like not from school. And so like there's so many other things to be done, and I'm like, am I doing too much? Am I like, like just in other, like, am I exerting myself too much? Am I putting myself in places that I'm not supposed to be? But then I think like the things that I feel were inspired by God completely, like I was inspired to start by God, those have given me so much joy, and I really, really, really enjoy doing that. And then there's other things that I'm just like, oh my God, I don't know if this is like, I feel like it's the right thing to do. I feel like I'm expected to do this. I feel like this and that and that. And it's like, sometimes things are very, very heavy, and you cannot hear God's voice in the middle of all that confusion. And I think that's why it's so important to just have like a minute or two or 5 or 10 or 20 or 30 or an hour to just be in God's like presence, and to pray and to journal and to be in the quiet and to just listen to God. So yeah, that has been my video on letting go and letting God. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a bit of a ramble, to be honest. I'm not very sure what has been picked up from this video, because I also did not write like notes of it, because it was just one thing that was in my heart for so long, and I didn't want to just let it go without speaking about it, because like I just think it's one of those things that is important to have a discussion about. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what your favorite part was. When have you ever let go and let God? How was that decision for you? Did you feel better after? What happened? Just let me know about that. Let me know if you enjoyed this video also. Like, just give it a thumbs up, but also comment down below like, nice, I enjoyed this video. Comment an emoji, comment anything. I love that. Also, yeah, Subscribe as well if you're not subscribed. If you're new here, please subscribe. If you're not new here and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. If you're subscribed, thank you so much for coming back and watching this video. I love doing these videos. So yeah, see you next time. Bye.